All right, good afternoon or morning or whatever it is, wherever you are. This is Greyhound Picking. So last week I started kind of my intro series talking about lock and the different terminologies used to go along with the locks. So today I thought I would talk a little bit about picks. Again, I am no expert, so any of you out there that are, please feel free to correct me. Let me know about different types or styles that I might miss in what I'm going to cover here. I think, a pretty decent selection of things to go over. So, I wanted to start with what I think is probably the beginning picker's best tool to use, and that is going to be rakes. This is a Sparrows. It's a 3-peak rake. That one actually works fairly well. I've had pretty good luck with that. Then you move on. This style here, that's a snake rake. I've seen people use this for like zipping on locks, which is you put it in, you apply your tension, and you just rip the pick out and open it. I have yet to have much luck with that pick. It's learning technique, right? Here's another one. This one's called a city rake, largely because it kind of gives you a city skyline look to it. Again, another one that I have not had much luck with, but I have it. Here is what is called a quint. So it's a 5-peak rake, fairly shallow on the grooves. Again, that was a pretty good pick. I like it. This is a quad peak, so you've got 4 ridges. These are a little deeper. This is probably my favorite rake right now. This thing works amazing on locks. So we'll just grab this little master, and generally you just ratchet them back and forth inside the lock, and that's how fast it opens the lock. I mean, raking, if you're able to, is pretty cool. You can't rake every lock. Depends on what they have in them for pins. So this is one from Southern Specialties. That's a little different, double-sided rake. I've had some success with that one opening locks. It definitely works. Takes a little different technique, a little more work sometimes, but it works. This is another triple peak, but see how they're a lot sharper. On the opposite eye, this is a 2-sided tool, is a quad peak. This is a Bogota rake. As I understand it, the guy that came up with these named him after the mountains in Bogota, Colombia. So that's what I have for a collection of rakes. And I found the rakes, like I said, rakes for the more common locks you're going to find out there. These little masters like this, the Master 3s, things of that nature. Man, it just pops them. Probably a lot of the Brinks. A lot of the low end that you're going to pick up at your Home Depot, Harbor Freight, wherever. You can rake those things in a matter of seconds. So moving on from there, we'll move into picks. And let me go here. I have one of those out. Yes, I do. Okay. So this rake, that's kind of what this is from Sparrows, and they called this one an offset hybrid because it's kind of that diamond shaped tip, comes up a little bit, works fairly well. One thing that I bashed on the Harbors or on the Sparrows picks for quite a while, and they're still not my favorite picks, but I found these handles over at It's Tactical, $2 for a 4-pack, and man, you talk about make a difference in how these picks feel. It improved my use of these considerably. Really like those now. Right, moving on. Here we have that's what's called a half diamond pick. I've seen some people use this like a rake. Some people use it like a pick. I haven't had much luck with that, but again, it's technique. I'm still learning, so we will grow as we go, right? This one, I'm not really sure if you would call that. I think I would call that probably a mid hook. It's a lot steeper hook. What that allows me to do is, here, if you see my lock, I can get you to focus. So this allows me to come in here and reach beyond these picks and lift picks at the very rear without affecting the ones in front as much. Because you'll see how it's lifting all of the picks when you get in there? That's why you need a steeper pick, so that you can try and reach around those and lift one in the back without affecting the ones forward of it. And let's move along here. This is again another one from Southern Specialties. That one is called a hybrid offset. This is probably my favorite pick profile. I really like this thing because it works for those nice shallow short picks, but yet it's got enough of a hook that I can get back in there and reach up and lift those far back picks. Really like that one. Here's another one that is really kind of coming along on me. I'm getting interest in this. This is what they call a curved spoon pick. And it really doesn't have a sharp tip or anything of that. I've seen other people call these a lifter pick. It works extremely well in locks. Again, for getting way back in there. Come on, focus. Focus, you can do it. Doesn't want to cooperate now. Of course not. But anyway, it lets me reach way back in there and lift those back picks or pins. Does a really nice job. Then you get into some of the more specialty picks. I have a set of these. These are Southern Specialties again as well. They're what's called the elephant trunk. And if you see the tip on that, see how it has a bit of a notch in there. And what that's designed for is that notch, you can hook that on picks, especially as a new picker. It's really helpful to catch those pins as you're working your way into the lock, so you can feel the pins and kind of get a feel for where you're at. It also allows you to count the pins within there quite well. I do have some other picks in here, but some of those are duplicates of others that we've already gone through. So moving on from pick style, we're going to talk about tension wrenches. Probably some of the more common ones that you'll see out there are ones like this, which I believe these are from Red Team Tools. But these are a double-sided pick. And if you look at these, they're all the same width, but they're different thicknesses of material, so that they fit different keyways. And then if you look at the short end of them, you can see that the short end is notched out. So I'm able to use this for bottom of keyway, the other end for top of keyway picking. They work pretty well. I like them. Nice little pick set, or nice little tension wrenches. Now, when I bought the Sparrow set, it came with, again, a double-ended set. But these are all the same thickness, but they're different widths. And again, I find that works. They actually are growing on me as well. They're very rough finish. They're not very well done, I don't think, but they work. They work quite well. There's a good spring to them, so they're coming along for me. Another set here. These are what they call a Z-bar. These are top of keyway picks. I've used them as bottom of keyway. It can be done. They don't work as well as some of the others for that, but you can do it. But again, you have a short and a long. So where that comes in, say something like this Master Lock 150, the short end just seats in there and fits very nicely to use. But when you move on up to this Master Lock 1100, that doesn't reach. So then you have the longer end to reach in there to hook on that one, so that you can work that lock. Those work. Those are probably what I use the most right now. Another set. These are also out of the Sparrow's Tuxedo kit, and you can see they're a twisted set. So with these, when you get them in, you've got an awful lot of. It allows you to have a little flex as you're working and picking in there. They work best top of or bottom of keyway, but I've used like some of these narrow, the skinnier one. I have used that as a top of keyway wrench as well, and it does work, so it can be done. So those are the different styles that I have. Now there's a million others out there, and they're all really cool. They're all really neat. But I thought I would talk about the different styles that I had and kind of what you can do with them, and how they work. So share with me what you guys have. What do you guys have as far as pick profiles that are different than what I have here? Which ones do you find to be the most useful? Right? Which ones do you find that are kind of a waste? Some of the kits that I've looked at, they like to do repeat picks, and you'll have multiples of the same style of pick in there. And to me, that's kind of useless. Those are, I guess a lot of guys refer to those as filler picks, where they're just taking up space. I guess one other thing I'll show real quick. I finally got myself a vise to work with for my desk. Grabbed the STL file for this, and then a buddy of mine here, he printed it out for me, and then I ordered up the small rig clamp to go on top of there. That works pretty slick. You know, it's comical. This base, you can buy these out on the internet all over the place, and they're selling them for about 20 bucks a piece. My buddy printed it out, and he said, yeah, he said that's about $1.50 worth of plastic. And it took about 7 hours, but it was set it and forget it. He put it into his machine and then just walked away, came out in the morning, and it was done. So, but that allows me, I can loosen up the base, and then I can move to whatever's the most comfortable position for the type of lock I happen to be working on right then. So that'll be something new for me to get used to working with. I haven't used something like that. It's a little different in how it feels. I'm used to just hand holding and picking. So, but again, helps me expand and grow. So hey guys, please like and subscribe. Comment, let me know what you think. Let me know, like I said, what I missed. If I got anything wrong on my description of any of these picks, please feel free to fill me in on that. Let me know where you're at, what's going on. And yeah, that is all I've got for today. I will catch up with you later. Bye.